So I wanted to come on and do a video to answer 3 questions about getting started with freelance copywriting. First question is, how long does it take to make money from freelance copywriting when you're just getting started out? Second, how do you become a better writer? How do you train yourself? And third, I want to talk a little bit about AI and people saying that they're going to get replaced by copywriters. So this is a question I got on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to reply to it in a video because I know it will help a lot of people. So the first question I'm going to answer is, how long does it take to start making money from copywriting? So when you're just starting out, it's obviously all about learning copywriting. So for me, I would be looking at places like watching YouTube videos on this channel, listening to podcasts, almost just absorbing yourself in everything to do with copywriting and marketing so you can learn the foundations and the principles of what copywriting is. And essentially copywriting is persuasion in the written word. So you're writing in a way to get somebody to take an action. Whether that is to subscribe to a newsletter, click a link, watch a video, go to the cinema, buy a product, buy a service, whatever. That's what it all boils down to. First of all, you need to spend a bit of time, probably a couple of weeks, absorbing yourself, consuming everything you can about copywriting. But then there comes a point where you need to turn your consumption into action, right? Because you can't make money from copywriting by just consuming content. We have to turn that consumption into action. So what is action, right? Now, copywriting when you're first starting out is a volume game. And I say this a lot. You have to be doing a lot of outreach. So you have to be reaching out to potential customers, businesses, brands on a daily basis. And a lot of people say they're reaching out to people, they're not getting responses, they're getting demotivated by it. And I would challenge that by saying, I probably don't think you're doing enough outreaches. Realistically, this may butt hurt you a little bit. Aim for about 300 to 400 outreach messages to get your first client. That is a ballpark figure, and that's like a practically guaranteed way to get a client. It's a numbers game, it's a volume game. If you reach out to 10 people, you get ghosted by a couple. Some people say no thank you, some people just don't even respond to you or don't even see your message. It's a volume game. The more people you reach out to, the higher your chances of landing your first client. Now, obviously, this number drastically reduces when you start doing work with clients as a copywriter. Because one, you're going to be practicing copywriting every single day when you're working and earning money. And two, you're going to be getting results for clients. And when you get results for clients, you can get case studies, testimonials, essentially proof that you can do what you're saying you can do. And then you feed that back into your marketing machine, which then makes it easier to get your next client, and so on and so on. Because you can just say, I've helped this person do this, I've helped this person do that. What makes you think I can't help you do the same? So that's where your case studies act as little flywheels and little salespeople for you. So you don't have to do as much outreach as soon as you start stacking up clients. In the beginning though, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, yeah, you can get a client in the first 1 minute of outreaching. It's a volume game. It's going to take time. You have to just knuckle in and start enjoying the process of outreach. And your outreaching was going to get better as well. So your outreaching, the way you're speaking to potential clients and interacting with them and building relationships is going to improve as you do this more. So earning money from copywriting or getting your first client, it's going to take 300 to 400 outreaches as a target to hit for you. I would say you can start making money within 30 to 60 days of starting from nothing. So that's learning the principles and foundation of what copywriting is, researching and outreaching to clients or potential clients, and then getting them on a call, getting them as a client, right? Now, it's going to be different for everyone. It's going to be hard for me to say, you need to hit these exact numbers, but it's good for me to give you a rough target to aim for. Otherwise, we're just going to be doing random things. So some people are going to have harder work ethic or more work ethic than others. Other people may just be doing this on the side of a job. So it's hard for me to say it's going to take you 2 weeks to do this. It's going to take you a month to do this. Everyone's different, but as long as you aim for a target, what I've just given you, I can practically guarantee you'll have your first client within a number of weeks, right? That's kind of like the closest guarantee I can give. The second part of this is how to train to be a good copywriter, how to get better at writing. So again, like I said, consumption is the first port of call I would use. So absorb yourself in marketing podcasts, videos, buy books, whatever you can just to learn the art and science of persuasion through the written word. When I first started copywriting, I actually hand wrote out a ton of successful sales pages and copy. There's something psychological about writing something down with handwritten, not on a computer, in a big A4 notebook. And I had so many of these. I would wake up every morning at 5, 6 in the morning. I would write for an hour, and that would be me done for the day in terms of handwriting. I was obsessed. I don't think that is the case now. I mean, you can still do that and people probably still do it. But now what I like to do to get better at my craft is I do a lot of email copywriting. And that's what I focus on. And I would recommend anyone as a beginner would start out at, because it's really easy to get started. You can write an email in half an hour for a company. It is just a fun type of copywriting to do. And what I actually do is I've joined dozens of email marketers' email lists. So I can see what they're sending out, what they're trying to promote, what they're trying to send people to do. The more you do this in different niches and industries, you start to see what works, what doesn't, how marketers and business owners are positioning their stories, angles, products, services, and you can almost rewrite their emails and look at it in an analytical way and think, right, how do I make this email better? How do I improve this part of the copy? How can I make this call to action stronger? By doing that every single day, you can't not get better at writing. The only way to not get better at writing is by doing nothing. So that's primarily what I do. I also absorb myself in many different types of copywriting. So when I'm on a website or just out in the real world in public, you'll start noticing marketing messages everywhere that are being targeted at you. And you might not see these right now because you might not have the copywriter mindset or the marketing mindset. But once you get that, you'll start seeing marketing messages everywhere and like the way people use words to get you to think a certain way or to do things. It's just human nature. And if you understand this, you can apply that to your writing. So those are the two ways that I primarily use to get better at my craft of copywriting. And the third part of this video is talking about AI and whether AI will replace copywriters. I think that's a fear for a lot of beginners because they think, well, why would I start copywriting if in a few years' time I'm just going to get replaced by a robot? I don't think that's the case at all. I've said many times, as the standard of AI now is growing like at such a crazy rate, copywriters should be able to use platforms like ChatGPT to amplify their work. Robots and AI right now don't have the human emotion element to them. I don't know about you, but I can spot something that's been written by AI in a heartbeat. Whereas something that has been written by a human and has all the correct human emotions in them is something that only you can do. So how I like to think about this is us as copywriters, we can become copywriters who utilize AI to amplify our work. We don't get replaced by AI. And the people who think they're going to get replaced by AI are the people that will get replaced by AI. But if you think logically and think, well, I can use AI and tools like ChatGPT to make my copywriting better, you'll be one of the good copywriters who lasts and sticks around. I can't see copywriting going anywhere. It's going to be around for as long as humans are around, because essentially it is human psychology, communication and persuasion, and that is deep rooted into us. So think about it like that. Copywriters are not going to get brushed off the face of the planet and replaced by robots. I can pretty much guarantee that. Those are the 3 points I wanted to cover in this video anyway. There are some useful links to my copy club and my course in the description below to help you out. Any questions on those 3 things about making money with copywriting, getting better at writing, or even AI in copywriting, pop them below. I'll get back to you with a video or a message, and I'll see you in one of the next videos on this channel.